the kind of things that you need to look out for before purchasing your dream home.
One look and I breathe.
Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. It's been a hot minute since I picked up the camera and recorded, but I haven't been inspired. But today I felt like, no, let me record the video and let me get back into the swing of things because I love YouTube. Short form content, TikTok reels and stuff. Guys, you can have that. Even though I have started a TikTok. Follow me on TikTok, guys. But I'm not really into short form content. I'm a sit down, 40 minutes, 20 minutes, give me long content, okay? My YouTube channel is going to be taking a really different direction. I still love beauty, I still love makeup, I still love fashion, I still love perfume, but I'll be lying if I told you that I am buying makeup and buying perfume, because I am not. I'm really into like adulting, and so my channel is going to be more about adulting and mortgages and childcare and benefits and saving and ISAs, because that's the things that I am into at the moment. And so my channel is going to change slightly, and occasionally you might get a makeup video, you may get a perfume video, but my channel will be mostly centered around adult topics, because that is what I am doing. I'm adulting, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm everything. I'm gonna be talking about location. Basically the things that you need to look out for when deciding on where to buy your dream home. The first thing that's really important when deciding when to buy your home is your commute distance from work to home. Now, I know a lot of us work from home, but some of us don't. You need to be realistic and think about, do you want to travel an hour to work? And do you want to get on the train, the bus, the tube to get to work? Or do you want one train line? Are you comfortable with driving to work? How much is that going to cost you? Are you going to be exhausted? Is your journey known for delays when going to work? Because your quality of life is really impacted when it comes to commuting. I remember before working from home, I used to commute 2 hours to work, there and back. That's 4 hours out of my day gone to just sitting on the train and on the tube to get to work. But luckily now I work from home. At the time I could do it because I had no child. I was just married and my husband didn't care what time I got home. But now that we have a little one, it's really important that I am home at a good time. I'm able to pick her up from nursery. I'm able to be around the area in case the nursery phones me and says, come pick up your daughter, she's not feeling well. And that's why the distance between where you work and where you live is really important, especially if you are a young family. I'm always available if they need a parent. My husband does not work from home and he is free and relaxed, and he knows that mummy is around, she's at home in case of an emergency. Second reason is the quality of schools. Now, I'm gonna do a separate video on this about my primary school, because I went to one of the worst primary schools. You want to make sure your child is exposed to the best education. You want to make sure that your child doesn't have to travel a long distance to get to a primary school. You want to make sure they have great facilities. You want to make sure that they have a good Ofsted, and you also want to make sure that the people in the school are, you know, teachers that you could work with. They've got a good track record. The school has a good reputation. If the school in that area is a bit further away, then you want to know that the school provides a shuttle bus or some sort of transportation to pick up your child from home to the school and return them back. Number 3 is neighborhood safety. Now, I remember when we bought our first flat, I was the one doing all the viewings. I saw an amazing place. It was in a new built area. Everything was new, but it had a massive park and it was on the ground floor. It was my fiance at the time saying to me, "You're a female, do you really want to live on the ground floor opposite a park? Have you checked the safety rate in that area?" Being very naive. And when I checked the crime rate was relatively higher than other areas that I was considering, and he saw that and he was like, baby girl, no. Especially houses outside of London tend to have really high robbery rates, so it's important to do your checks. You can Google these things online, you can check the safety rates, the stats, it's all available online. Now, I'm not saying if an area has high crime rates things can't change, because areas are always changing, but it's definitely a factor to consider. Point number 4 would be access to amenities. Now, I hope I'm saying it right. What I mean by this is access to local shops, access to a laundrette, a corner shop, just things that you may need on a day-to-day basis. If you're someone that doesn't drive or doesn't have a car, then really thinking about where you want to buy your home will have an impact on the quality of life. When I did not have a car and I lived where I live, I hated going shopping. Everything was just a mission because there was hardly any buses. I could never do a big shop, and I'm not the online shopping kind of girl. I want to go and pick out stuff myself. This online shopping business is not for me when it comes to my groceries. I want to check the labels, I want to check the sugar content, I want to feel, I want to get the stuff at the back, not at the front. And so all those things will improve the quality of life. If you have kids, things like soft play, cafes where you and your child can go to, local baby clubs, swimming lessons. What I like to do is whenever I'm looking at homes, I will go onto the postcode and just go on Google Maps and check what shops are there and the distance between the shops. And sometimes I'll even like to drive to the areas and kind of like see myself, like how close a shop is next to the house and what's kind of going on. Is it empty? If my daughter was to walk back from school, does this area look really safe? Does it not? All those things are really, really important when it comes to deciding on where you want to buy your dream home. I kind of touched upon this earlier, access to public transport. Again, if you're someone that doesn't own a vehicle, then this is going to be a really important factor for you. Having buses, trams. If Uber does not operate where you live, you know you live like somewhere far. Do they have a train station? How often do the trains run? Do they have bus stops? How often do the buses run? When do the buses start? When do the buses stop? People that are helping you find a home should be able to provide you with this information. Definitely do your research when it comes to transportation methods, because you're gonna be stuck in an area not being able to go out, go anywhere, because you did not do your research when it comes to finding out about transportation. Feeling out what the community is, what the vibe is in the area, and lifestyle. So what I mean by this is a house could look nice, but then the people around it or the houses surrounding your dream home could be occupied by people that you necessarily wouldn't get along with. You couldn't see, growing up with them and your children playing together. I never knew how important community was until I moved out from my mum's house. And where I live at the moment, we have a group chat, honey. We all speak. My kids go upstairs and play with the kids upstairs. Their kids come down and play with my baby. We celebrate birthdays. We exchange things. We check up on each other. We are there for each other. I couldn't imagine not having that, especially with a family. It just depends on you. Some people like to live a really quiet life and just keep to themselves. But if you have a family and a husband, it is hard to want to stay where you are if you don't have a wider community around you. And I'm not just talking about family. Family is great, but family won't always be there and can't always be there. Family come to see you and then they go back to their area. Double check with the estate agent. Always ask, what kind of people live here? Like, are they young working professionals? Are they a bit older? Are they people of retirement age? All this will determine what community you will want to be in when you live in your home. Point number 7 is future development plans. Most areas have a local council and they will have future plans for what they want to do in that area and what they see the area being like in 5 or 10 or 15 years down the line. For example, some areas don't have a station, and so you may look at that and as an opportunity, because they may say, okay, in 5 years we're planning to build a train station that has direct links to London. When that happens, house prices will increase, which means you will be in a sought after area, because a house is an investment. So you want to make sure that the money you're putting into your mortgage, you're going to see double, triple that based on the different things that the council are planning to do in that particular area. Point number 8 is housing market trends. The housing market is just a mess. The interest rates are really high. There's not enough houses being built. The houses that are being built are from private developers who are charging an arm and a leg for a house that if you blow, it just falls apart. Google is your best friend, okay? You should always be on Google, double checking, researching about different trends in the market, different trends in your local area, and potential investment growth in the area that you choose to live in. So point number 9 is environmental factors. Considering environmental factors such as the quality of air, pollution levels, noise levels, risks that could happen. Are you in an area where there's high risk of floods? All these things will impact the quality of your life if you choose to buy a home in that area. Because where I grew up in Peckham, there's just so much noise. There's young boys who play music, they're having races, and that obviously did not bother me at all. I actually loved it because, you know, it's what I knew. But moving out has really shown me that I love peace and quiet, and I could not possibly imagine living somewhere like that with a child long term, with just loads of youth hanging around, smoking, playing music, just hanging around. Why are you hanging around? Go and read a book. Again, if you like stuff like that, who am I to judge? But if you don't, do your research. The last point would be double checking what local amenities you have in your neighborhood. Now, I love living next to restaurants and lovely, nice looking cafes because I like to go out for runs, and after a run I'd like to maybe sit at a coffee shop, or I work from home. I sometimes like to walk to a lovely coffee shop and sit down and do my work and sip on coffee and scroll on TikTok, check in like what local cafes you have, what bakeries and flower shops and fish mongers you have. Double checking what you have in your local community, not just in your wider area but also in your neighborhood, because again, that could make or break someone's reason for purchasing a home. Some people like to be close to stuff like that. I personally love being close to restaurants because I love eating out. I love bakeries because it just makes you feel so wholesome, you know, being able to go and get fresh bread and fresh croissants and fresh cupcakes and stuff. But if that doesn't bother you and you want to just go to Lidl, then fine, you know, go to Lidl. But some people really value local businesses, and local businesses is what helps, you know, the area strive. That is all I have on location. I hope that video was useful. All the points that I mentioned in today's video will be in my description box. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.